Hey YouTube, it's ICU, and yesterday I made a video on an iPod Nano 6th generation hack that could lead to a jailbreak. So what it was the removal of an icon and the addition of a blank space, which is what most developers use in creating complex themes such as iNav. So here is the guy's website right here, and he's actually made some progress on it by discovering a DFU mode on the iPod Nano 6th generation. So what you do to enter this DFU mode is hold down the restart buttons until you get a black screen, and they said it'll reboot twice, and then iTunes sees the device and it alerts you. So they also managed to modify iRecovery to work with the iPod Nano, and they actually got it to send files and tested some files, and they also extracted some files from the iPod Nano 6th generation firmware, and they basically added it back in, and they got it to boot into a white screen, but they said they couldn't get it to go any further, unfortunately. But basically that means that they can send encrypted firmware files to the iPod Nano 6th generation and have them execute in a similar way to what is used in the jailbreak for the iPhone. But they also said that if the Nano rejects the file, it just reboots. So that could be a plus or it could be a downside, and if it's a plus, then that means that they could actually use it to see what would work and what wouldn't work. But it could also be a downside because it might be a little bit harder to hack. So this is actually some pretty interesting stuff, and it is the next step into putting a custom firmware onto the iPod Nano 6th generation and actually jailbreaking it and adding your own applications and allowing things that Apple doesn't allow on it. So I actually got this directly from his website. It will be in the more info and you can check it out there. And also, if you scroll down a little bit, there's a tutorial on how to remove apps and add blank spaces onto the Nano's springboard. So you guys should check that out too if you have a Nano and you want to do that. I'm not going to go over it because I don't have a Nano, but that's basically it. If you guys want to actually continue to be updated on the status of the iPod Nano 6th generation hack, then you guys can follow this guy on his Twitter, follow me on my Twitter. You can check the website for updates and additions to it, and also you can subscribe to me because every time there's a major thing such as this thing, I will be posting a video on it. So I hope you guys like this video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. This is ICU signing out.